But somewhere in all of that, many of us were never really taught how to heal.
I get what you're trying to do, but like this is like a lot.
Being the only kid growing up, it was tough. It's like a weight just weighing you down.
Right. When you feel it, like you feel in your chest, right? You feel in your stomach. I just have a silly question for you, but like, do you think you're important?
Hey guys, welcome back to the Kickback Podcast. We have on someone very special tonight. So tonight's conversation is one our community has needed for a very long time. So guys, we come from people who taught us how to survive, how to work hard, how to sacrifice, and how to stay loyal. But somewhere in all of that, many of us were never really taught how to heal. Our guest tonight understands that journey deeply. Growing up as an Indo-Guyanese American in a Muslim and Hindu household, she lived the tension of balancing culture, faith, family expectations, and individuality long before she ever became a therapist. Today, her work at Gaia Therapy and her platform, Indo-Carib Therapist, she's helping young adults, couples, and families unpack identity, intergenerational trauma, relationships, and the weight of expectations many of us were raised under. Tonight, this isn't just about therapy. It's about the things we were taught to carry and whether it's finally time to put some of that weight down. Please welcome Rebecca. Rebecca, thank you so much for really taking the time to come out.
Of course, yeah.
I thought it was really cool to have a therapist on. It's a really, I think, stigmatized topic.
Mm-hmm.
And first thing I wanted to ask you is, before you got into therapy and all the certifications and all the education, what made you think mental health therapy, this is what I really want to do?
Well, funny story. I actually worked in publishing before I became a therapist, right? So I loved writing, reading. I worked in publishing for a while. Then COVID hit, right? And then after COVID hit, I always felt like I've always wanted to like help people, but I didn't really know how. And then after COVID hit, like that calling became more, right? And so like I was like, this is like the time, right? Opportunity presents itself, right? And you feel that calling. And so I basically went back to school to become a therapist. And it has been such a journey. And I've definitely feel like, even through my own like therapy journey, right? That feeling of like being seen is such a feeling that I don't think that you can really explain it. Like you really have to like go through that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So did you have a therapist? I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah.
Was there something that, you felt that you said to yourself, this is what I want other people to feel?
Yeah,
as well?
absolutely. And it's exactly that feeling seen, right? It was me figuring out my life and figuring out, like, even having that opportunity of like, wow, like I can actually figure myself out. I can figure my life out. I know what I'm doing. Even if I don't know what I'm doing, like that's okay too. And I think like we we can be really like judgmental, right? And like on ourselves. So even through that journey of like, learning things about myself, accepting things, releasing things, like letting it go, like that really pushed me even more. I was like, I want people to like feel this, and I want people to feel seen and feel exactly what I'm feeling here, that like, there's a light at the end of that tunnel, like however dark that tunnel may be. Yeah.
So Rebecca, was like, I guess when you first told your parents about this, were they a little bit surprised that you wanted to go into mental health therapy?
My mom's always gung-ho for anything that I do. My dad was just like, what? Like therapy, like, right? But he's like, typical, like old school. My dad's very old school, right? My mom is more like, she's pretty modern, right? So she's like, yeah, go for it. My dad was like, you're going back to school again? And I was just like, yeah. And so that, even having their own, I've had to, like, it starts in the home, right? So I've had to like walk even my parents through therapy, mental health, right? My dad, even him sometimes will be like, I don't need to go to therapy. I'm fine. And I'm like, everybody needs to go to therapy.
Everybody do need to go to therapy at one point in their life.
Yeah.
Myself included.
Brian, hold on, Brian.
Well, Rebecca is great. So I think tonight
Before you guys even like start talking, I think I should get my first session free right now.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. You can ask her a question.
I gotta exit the room. It's like a one-on-one thing.
It's not confession at church, though.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, but there is, patient
Yeah,
therapist
confidentiality.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like HIPAA, Rich. You should know a lot about HIPAA, Rich.
Yeah.
I got asked like in third person, so I guess my friend wanted to ask about.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we have a lot of great things to discuss here this evening.
Mhm.
So you said you were in publishing, right?
I was.
What did you publish?
I worked on like, the back end, behind the scenes stuff, like editorial, sales, all that good stuff. I saw a peek into that world. I was there. I probably worked that career for like 3 years.
Like books, publishing
books. Yeah,
Oh,
children's books. I love children's books. Like,
I barely read correctly.
Don't worry, she has something in store for you.
Lost me.
Listen, Brennan, don't forget, you got Mr. B's spelling bee.
No, don't bring that one up.
But yeah, it was great. It was good. But like, I just felt like it wasn't enough. Like, I don't know. For me, like, it didn't feel enough. It didn't feel like this was like why I was put here, or like I lived that purpose, and I'm a strong believer that like we have many purposes. We don't just have one.
Yeah.
And I feel like I lived that purpose. I did that thing, and I don't know if I see myself doing this for the rest of my life. Some people do, and that's great. And like, they make great accomplishments in it. But I was like, I'm ready to move on to my next purpose. And then I just like bit the bullet, took the risk, went back to school. Yeah. And yeah.
And I think, during COVID too, that was a really weird time that everyone, I feel, needed the therapist even more.
Yeah.
Because you're stuck at home all day.
Yeah.
Listen, honestly speaking, with, being COVID and everything like that, with the amount of people that was passing away and the amount of people that was getting sick, and so many people didn't know what to do, whether or not to trust the vaccines and everything. And, this whole thing with us staying 6 feet apart. I mean, was people really staying 6 feet apart?
Yeah.
It's been 6 years since that happened.
It's been 6
right?
years.
I remember like to go back to school, I need to take the COVID shot. I had to get Moderna for anybody in here that works for Moderna.
There's no one else in the room. What are you talking about?
But yeah, a lot of people, well, not just some, but a lot of people needed therapy after, going through the fact that they was losing not just one family member,
Absolutely.
but like multiple, something that was not planned for at that. It took a toll on a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, just imagine us being like locked up in our rooms in our house, like working from home. You like get up and then you just like turn over and you're like on your laptop. Like, that was just like life, right? And it was just like, I used to like go out for a walk at the end of my workday, not a single soul like out there, like walking in the park or anything. I'm like,
everybody was traumatized.
Yeah, it was like
very traumatized.
Like, so dystopian. Like, it was,
Absolutely. So Rebecca, you're originally from Queens or Long Island, or what?
Yes, I am from Queens. I actually grew up in Queens, in like Jamaica area. And then we moved, my parents and I and my brother moved to Belrose, which is like the border of Queens and Long Island.
Like 250 a second?
Yeah. Like around that area, like around Queens Village area. It's like Queens Village and then like Belrose.
Yes.
Yeah. So I am a Queens girl.
Yeah.
I am a Queens girl, recently moved to Long Island, but I went to school also, like college. I went to college in Long Island too. I went to Delphi. So
Oh,
I know the area. I love the area, but I'm still Queens girl at heart. My brother is not a Queens boy. He's a Long Island boy, so he doesn't understand.
There's a big difference, right,
There's a
between
big
Queens.
difference, yeah.
Well, we're from the Bronx. So
Yeah, there's a big difference. Yeah, my husband thinks like he's a Long Island boy, but I'm like, you won't ever get what it's like to be a Queens person.
I kind of
See,
wonder
for
sometimes.
us, I don't know. Every time we go to like a wedding or something in Queens, the people come up to us like,
Mhm.
"We guys based from like Queens." The first thing they'll say,
Queens, yeah,
Queens or Brooklyn
Yeah.
or Long Island. They
Yeah.
would never say the Bronx.
no.
And then
If we tell the
lo and
Bronx, they
behold,
make a
when we
weird
tell them
face
that
at
we're
us.
from the Bronx,
I know you
They
texted me. You
make-
guys are all coming from the Bronx. I'm like, ooh.
yeah. So and
you didn't see her? She came with a bodyguard.
We gotta have her
Bodyguard, come here,
Come on
bodyguard.
camera really quick.
Come
Come
on,
on camera
bodyguard.
really
Come on,
quick.
have a seat right here.
Have a
Come
seat
on.
really quick
Have a
and
seat right
speak
here,
about
bodyguard.
your
Come on, bodyguard.
project, what you're doing real quick
Have a
before
seat.
we get
Have
into
a
the
seat
nitty
right
gritty
there,
here.
buddy. Here we go. It's a little tight, but we can make it work. Here, bodyguard, just share this mic.
Bodyguard, a little
Hey,
bit about
everybody.
yourself, man, and the new project you have going on.
Well, we got a new project going on. It's called the West Indy Project. So some people may have seen it. I don't know which camera. This camera.
You look
Oh,
wait,
right there.
So I don't want to steal her shine though. I'm not.
No, it's okay,
We're not
it's
here to
okay.
talk about me. But yeah. So my name's Ryan. Nice to meet everybody.
my name is Ryan.
My name's Ryan. This
His
is
name's
my
Brian.
My name is Brian. And that's
Oh.
Brandon.
twin.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. That's not his book name.
That's right.
I mean, like he got a book
How
name.
she get?
What's
I'll
your
tell you
book
later.
name,
I
man?
thought you were a therapist,
No,
and you're gonna
no.
out me.
It's not my book name either.
You're gonna out all of us. So
It's okay. My book name is Larry, as weird as that sounds. Exactly.
Really?
That must be a Bronx thing. I don't know.
Ryan, so really quickly, tell us what the West Indies is about and
So-
your goal for that
So
project.
the West Indian, really quickly, is just a cultural platform where we as West Indians just uplift each other and strive to do a little bit better. And a
That's what
little
we're
bit-
doing here too.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what you guys are doing here. So the vision perfectly aligns with what you guys do, man. It's great. So yeah, that's what the West Indian is. It's a very complex project. Now, maybe one day I'll come back and we'll sit down on.
Yeah, absolutely. What?
We'll talk. Yeah, because I could get into a whole spiel about that thing. So
Round of applause for my boy Ryan, man. Ryan, you have a silky smooth voice, man.
thank you.
You got me in the
Like a-
radio.
You sure you're not like a security guard at a mall or something?
That's how he won me over. His
Paul
silky
Blart Mall
smooth
cops.
voice.
Wait, that's
No.
the one with the silky smooth
No,
voice?
I can imagine the phone. Hey,
Interesting.
hey, Rebecca.
Listen, you almost kind of sound like, so you know how we got these clippers nowadays. Oh, we got these clippers that does like all these clips and everything, and then you got the voiceover.
He almost won me over.
Yeah. Ryan, I may contact you for some voiceovers, man.
Well,
Definitely.
I mean, with the West Indian, I do the voiceovers myself for like when I do like a little like vignette of like a person or a creator, and they kind of talk about their accomplishments or what they do and where they're from. I do the voiceover myself. I was very nervous to do it at first because I was like, I don't want to put my own voice. My voice is weird. I sound.
I know. I was
sound
like, do
odd.
it. Just
No,
do
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
But then
We should be in the radio, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
that would be great.
Yeah.
See?
But then
Luther
I also,
Vandross.
I professionally also work in advertising, so could do a little Luther. I mean, Luther is my favorite.
Yeah.
Favorite, I'll be honest. Yeah, but let me get out of here. I
Rebecca's
can talk for
like,
hours.
you
Yeah, Ricky's like, get out of here. You got your own questions later. So, but
No, it sounds like we have to have you back on the show, man. Absolutely.
yeah, I would
Don't worry.
love to.
Your wife is a little jealous right now, right? It's all good.
No, I'm
Listen, we
good.
definitely got to get you back on the show.
I would
'Cause,
love to.
Don't worry.
I love that, man. The West Indie.
Bye,
Follow them on
bodyguard.
Instagram. TikTok too, man.
Yeah,
TikTok too, man.
Mhm.
Absolutely. So Rebecca, back to you.
Mhm.
I guess growing up in Queens, like we're in Queens every
Yeah.
weekend,
Yeah.
right? I kind of almost like asked myself how I would have been if I grew up in Queens because it's such a
Mhm.
different environment than the Bronx. But how was like mental health treated in Queens
Mm.
growing up?
I don't know if it's like a specific like Queens thing. Like I feel like it is an element of, there is more community, right? And so I think like with more community, you would think it would get like talked about more, but I think it was, as long as you have people, like, you're good. So you don't really need to like talk about any of it or like, talk about like whatever, like darker times or just like as long as you had your people, you were good, right? And like my mom would be like, you got a roof over your head, you got this, you got that, like you're good, you should be good, that's all, right? And so I think in Queens, definitely, I mean, I can't speak for everyone else in Queens,
Yeah,
but
your experience.
right, exactly, but I feel like in my home, I didn't feel like I couldn't talk about things, right? Like I had parents who fortunately, they would let me express myself and would let me be myself.
That's
But
awesome.
yeah,
I now kind of I want to meet your mom.
yeah, she's
So
great.
like,
She's,
Yeah.
so like,
she's a
you know,
great cook too. She's
Yeah.
fantastic. She cook for y'all. So yeah.
Oh, don't tell this man. He'll beat
someone in
us.
this type of instance, right? For someone in this type of instance, like, what would you say to them? Being
Yeah.
the fact that, like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
this and that is going on, and they,
Yeah.
they're shy. They don't want to go to, like, they don't want to go to family members,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They're locking it in,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
then at some point, it's gonna break out,
Yeah.
right? What do you say to those people?
Here's what I think about this, right? I think that the more we lock it in, the more we keep it in, right? It's going to manifest in some other way, right? Anger, yelling at people, shutting down, right? Like that's manifesting in some other way. It's like a key element to knowing that someone's really going through something, right? Or how long that they've kept it in. Yeah.
Honestly speaking, a few of my friends, the most say, and this is something that we always got around ourselves.
Yeah.
No matter what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
always reach out.
Mm-hmm.
Always reach out because you don't know what this person is going through.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that phone call or that text message that you will send
Absolutely.
could just change or
Yeah.
alter the course of what that person might be going through.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I do have a lot of people in my life that, I wish that I would have, sent that text message a little
Yeah.
minute too faster,
Yeah.
or maybe press that call button,
Mhm.
faster.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe change the alter their course. But
Yeah.
it was all trial and tribute. I had to learn the hard way,
Yeah.
and now I realize that it's best.
Yeah.
It's best to actually find someone that you're comfortable with,
Mhm.
opening up to, and
Mm-hmm.
speak your mind.
Mhm.
Because again,
Yeah.
holding that in,
Yeah.
it's really bad.
Yeah.
It's really, really bad, because
Mhm.
not only does it take a toll on you,
Mm-hmm.
but it actually takes a toll on everybody around you surrounding.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You go to work,
Yeah.
you're depressed, you're sad,
Yeah.
you're going through something at home. You go to
Mhm.
work, you can't even function properly at
Mhm.
work, because now you're thinking about
Yeah.
the outcomes,
Yeah.
or like different scenario to fix what's
Yeah.
going on. So you're not even focusing.
No.
People in school, kids in school,
Yeah.
they got so many problems going on,
Mm-hmm.
in their household, and then on top of that, they got school,
Yeah.
teachers on top of them, students always
Then
bullying
you
them.
got your parents, right?
Yeah.
Hard on you, like
It's very
like
hard, and
yeah.
this community or
Mm.
the world need a lot of people more like you.
No, thanks.
Why? Because
Yeah.
people feel comfortable coming to you and
Yeah.
let it out, because you got
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
got reasons for them
Yeah.
to change
absolutely.
their ways.
Bro, I'm glad you brought that up. You know why? I'm a teacher for those that don't know in here. And
Oh, you don't say.
the I still don't even know who my guidance counselors are at my job.
Wait,
Yeah.
what do you
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. So
What
like,
is there no guidance counselor? in the
there is
school?
guidance counselors, but I don't even know their names. I just say hi to everybody in the morning. I don't know who is who. So I'm proud that she's here.
No, yeah. I feel like at
I'm gonna
school
put my students on
it's
to her.
important to know who the guidance counselor is, right? Because
Yeah.
sometimes these kids are going through some really
Yeah.
hard times.
Not
Brent,
only are
do
they going
they
through
come
hard
and talk to
times.
you?
So that they come to me, but then like I remember I'm not formed for this. So they come with me some questions. I'm like, like do
Yeah.
I? Because like when I remember I had some times that some kids like they would say they have like problems with their girlfriend, and then like they would say something that there's certain things that like you can't keep to yourself, where you would have to reach out to them.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I'm like I don't know how to reach out, because they're like, hey, Mr. B, like I don't want you to tell no one this, but and
Yeah.
they'd be like, oh, I want to kill myself,
Remember,
or
there's
like
always limits.
Yeah.
yeah, I want to hurt myself, or like I like this girl's bothering. I'm like I'm gonna stab her, and I'm like.
Oh my
I
god.
don't know how to like, so they tell me, but don't say nothing. And I'm like, but this is something like I can't
You
stay
have-
quiet
Rebecca,
about.
can I ask if
For sure.
you get like if you have your own
Mhm.
clinic and patients,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
If someone is like confessing something to you like that, like they want to
Yeah.
hurt themselves or hurt
Yeah.
someone else,
Yeah.
what do you do? That's what I always thought. Do you?
Yeah,
Like-
well, if they're saying that they want to hurt someone else, or they feel like they're like want to,
Suicidal.
like,
Yeah.
or suicidal. I think suicidal ideation is different, right? That's I have to do like it's called a risk assessment. So I have to do a risk assessment with them. I have to sit down with them. I have to ask them the necessary questions, like, do you have a plan? Like, do you have an active plan? Like, have you like how much are you thinking about it? Like, do you feel like you're in danger? Like all those things, right? And depending on like, how severe it is too, sometimes I will have to contact like an ambulance, right? Or I will have to stay with them as long as I can to ensure that they're like with somebody and that they're safe or they're feeling safe, right? On the other hand, when you're saying like, let's just say, right, this is not real, hypothetical.
Yeah, hypothetical.
Right, hypothetical.
Let's use Bob as the example.
Yeah.
Brandon, let's use Brandon.
Not Brandon, let's use Bob.
If Bob is saying like I'm gonna kill this person and I'm like planning on doing this, or I have done this, I have to report that. Like that I absolutely have to report, because that goes beyond like confidentiality and like HIPAA
Anything clinically.
and anything like, right, anything clinical. That's way beyond, right?
Mhm.
I feel like sometimes I think the notion is, confidentiality is like you say nothing ever, but it has its limits,
Yeah,
right?
teach this man about that.
Yeah, it has its
Wait,
limits.
hold on, wait, what?
I was waiting for you to catch that, but
I was in her scenario.
This man will tell you the name, date of birth, and the last foot of social.
No. He's
He was
lying.
like,
Don't
he was
say-
like, he was like,
Montefiore.
My
Watch
job gonna
Montefiore.
investigate me. No. He's lying, guys.
listen, he was like that.
Anything I do is
Wait.
confidential. No, but yes.
John Doe.
I guess that's something I always thought about. Like,
Yeah.
where does that end?
yeah, there are of course limitations to everything.
So do you feel like, being that what you just said, right?
Yeah.
Do you think like, your patients would like
Yeah.
open up to you more like about certain things, or would
Yeah.
they feel like they have to hold back certain things?
Well, I think in my work is really based in, and I guess I can get into that now, right? But my work is really based in like therapy that is like more relational, right? Because I work
Couples
from
therapy?
Sorry?
Couples?
Yeah, couples, families, like relational as in just like, you and I, or like, friends, relationships, right? It's just a relationship that you have with a person, right? And I work from a emotion focused, right, approach, and also cognitive behavioral therapy. I'll get into that. But emotion focused, right, that is based in that it is based in like attachment theory. So attachment theory basically means, how can I break this down? Like, it is essential for people to feel safe in their relationships, right? In order for them to feel seen, healed, all of that, right? Kind of like think about like your relationship with your parents, right?
Yeah.
Like right? If you don't feel safe in the relationship with your parents, right? That stuff follows you
Throughout your entire life.
your
yeah.
entire life. Yeah.
And every relationship.
Yeah,
right?
See,
absolutely.
I don't know, because I wasn't born here again.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
No, well, that's a good segue.
Yeah.
So go ahead, bro.
Did you see? You talking about feeling safe
Yeah.
with parents and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's different,
Mhm.
totally different for me,
Mm.
as opposed to these guys,
Mm.
right? Why I say it's totally different. I was disciplined
Yeah.
back home,
Yeah.
right? And my parents had all right
Yeah.
to do that,
Yeah.
right? And I felt like that was their way of like putting me on the right path,
Mm-hmm.
making sure that I'm not doing anything I'm not
You're talking about
supposed to.
getting hit.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
trust me, we all know what I'm talking about when I say get disciplined.
Disciplined, yeah.
My mom used to throw a building behind me.
Listen,
You probably deserved it too.
listen, yeah, and then I came over here, and then I see my cousin them grow up, and I witnessed the way they were growing up,
Yeah.
and also watching TV,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see that they have it on the news or they have it on TV. Anybody put their hands on you, doesn't matter who it is,
Mm-hmm.
call.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what?
Mm-hmm.
Someone's gonna be at your door.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Did you call?
oh no, of course, of course not, of course not.
You get it twice as bad if you call.
I'm sorry.
Right?
No, listen to me.
Yeah.
Listen to me. They will give you the phone. Matter of fact, they will dial the number and then give you the phone on speaker. And if you don't want to give them the address, they will give the address.
So I remember,
Ew.
I think my mom or dad told me a story about someone who called on their parents and Child Protective Services came
Mm-hmm.
and they got beat even worse after that.
Yeah.
Right? No,
Wow.
but then a whole investigation has
Yeah.
to take place,
And
right?
that's the difference, because like we as Caribbeans,
Yeah.
right? We come over here and then you get influenced by your little friends, like go to their house and
Yeah.
everything, and you see the way they interact with their family,
Yeah.
and you think that okay, you could come home and you could do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then, it gets traumatized when they come over and they see the way you're getting treated by your parents.
Yeah.
Because, they're not accustomed to that.
Not accustomed to that.
They're definitely not accustomed to that. They're not accustomed to see you getting yelled at.
Right.
They're not accustomed to see you getting,
Right.
beat up,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you know, by your parents and everything like that for like not taking out the garbage.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, absolutely. I think I also work from an approach of like there's a difference between like Western concepts and like things that work for us,
yeah,
right? So much of my work is like when my clients come to me, they're like, I had a therapist, they were white, and it didn't work for me. And I'm like,
of course,
well,
because they
that'll
didn't,
make
you know,
sense.
they couldn't
right,
understand
exactly.
certain
Exactly.
things that you
They'll
know.
just be like, oh, well, you have to stand up, or stand up for yourself, or you have to, and that's not gonna work.
You can't stand up.
That's not gonna stand up to what? That's not gonna work, right? Yeah,
Definitely not.
yeah.
So I guess Rebecca, so we have this conversation. Well, we had this conversation many times in the past, right? So I guess like growing up and you're a teenager and you're having some like melancholy. We had a whole conversation about that.
Oh my God.
Ray wants to actually
Should we
no.
move
Let's
past
spare you.
that?
Let's spare you. Rebecca has some words for you a little bit later.
Thank you.
No, but yes. So like if you are depressed as a teenager and you go
Yeah.
to your mom or dad and tell them that,
Yeah.
they'll probably say just like you said,
Yeah.
you have a roof over your head, you
Yeah.
have food, things are going well for you. Why
Yeah.
are you depressed?
Yeah. I
Right?
mean, I'll share this, right? I did have depression, right? I was diagnosed clinically depressed at one point, right? Especially during COVID. I also, this is my take on it. I really also don't feel depression is something that can just go away and just can be fixed. Like I think it comes in seasons and it comes in different times. You don't know when it's going to come on, right? And so it is, right? Well, even me telling my mom, right? I shared it with my dad, but you kind of know which parent to really talk to, right?
Yeah.
Like my dad he's very understanding man, but only to my mom is like the one, my go-to, right? And so, but even with her, they feel a sense of like, I did something wrong, right? Like, where did I go wrong where you're feeling this way, right? And like, I give you everything. And that's exactly what she said to me, right? She's
I mean, I
like,
can only imagine too as a parent, like if
Absolutely.
your child is coming to you, like, did I do something wrong? Or
absolutely. Yeah.
Can I correct something?
Right,
But sometimes
absolutely.
it's just not their fault, right?
Right. And that's honestly, that's what I had to
Honestly,
tell
they
her.
they love to rub it in your face too when you go to them like, oh, I'm depressed about certain things.
Depressed for what?
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time, what you depressed for?
Yeah.
Me get a house here, right?
Yeah.
You get roof on top of your head. You get food,
Yeah.
hot food.
Yeah.
You come home and you go to bed. You don't
Mm-hmm.
got to worry about nothing,
Mm-hmm.
right? When you depressed,
Yeah. The best one is you don't think I'm depressed too. That's the best one.
they'll
Yeah.
be like, me gotta go work.
Yeah.
Then we gotta come back and clean and cook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And go buy chicken and cut chicken.
And then take care of you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's like,
Yeah.
So I guess Rebecca, what would you tell someone like that who's going through something like that?
Yeah.
And that's the response they're getting from their
Yeah.
mom and dad.
Their parents. I think, especially in my work, I like going back to that like attachment theory, that attachment based, right? Like I try to serve to my clients as someone that like my work is so relational that like I'm serving as a safe space for them, right? Like anything that they're unable to like tell their friends, their parents, like whoever it is, right? Like they can come here into this space whether we're virtual, whether we're like in person, in this space for the next 45 minutes to an hour. Like this is your space to say those things, and you don't need to take it out of the room after that, right? Because sometimes it's, even if you try to explain things to your parents, to your friends even, right? They're not always going to get it, right? And I think like it will really feel, right, dismissive. It will really, really feel dismissive. And I think it's also like learning that sometimes some people, especially people that we love, right, sometimes they don't have the capacity, right, to understand or to hold that for you, right? And so it's kind of like learning that is also like a two-way street too, right? Like you like understanding that about them, that like, hey, I can't continue to go to them about this because they're not going to give me the answers that I want, or they're not going to make me feel the way that I want to feel, right?
Yeah.
So right, yeah.
on that note, I had a past relationship, right?
Mm.
And it was so crazy because there were certain things that I was going through in my life, right?
Yeah.
That I couldn't go to my significant other
Yeah.
to tell them
Yeah.
about what was going on in my life because I felt
Yeah.
that they would never been able to understand what it is that I was going through.
Yeah.
And I was choosing friends
Yeah.
because I was thinking that,
Yeah.
they could tell me something that is gonna change my whole mindset.
Mm-hmm.
They could at least persuade me in a different path,
Mm-hmm.
right? Oh, don't do that.
Yeah.
Give me advice from their life.
Yeah.
And it was tough because I had to reach out to other people
Mm-hmm.
rather than reaching out to this person that I thought I could confide in.
Yeah.
But it was like
Yeah. And that hurts, right?
very
That
much,
hurts,
very much.
right? So much, right? That like, this is my person. And I cannot tell my person how I feel and like bear everything to that person. That really hurts. And it's so much work of like, that's not something that's my fault, right? This is something that this person, who knows if they'll have that capacity to like, hold that for anybody, right? Or even hold that for themselves, right? It really also starts from there, right? Yeah.
So piggyback off of Brian, right?
Yeah.
I was in a past relationship just like this,
Yeah.
right? And I remember like
You guys are getting really deep.
she.
No, I love this. I love this because men's mental
scared.
health
I told you
is important.
my
Yes.
first session's free. I gotta
Yeah.
And
eat it up while I got it.
and
No, Rebecca, I was so scared that they weren't going to say anything because usually
what's
they're
crazy?
like,
You know what's crazy? It's good. It's good that we actually brought you on here
Yeah.
today. It's because, like you said, men's mental health
Yep.
is very
Oh, yeah.
especially in our community. That's why I
Yeah.
wanted to have
It's
him.
overlooked.
Oh yeah.
very overlooked.
Wait, hold on, before he forgets. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Rebecca.
Okay,
yeah,
I thought you would have forgot. Anyways, piggybacking off of Brian, right? I remember like same thing, right? I used to confide in my friends
Yeah.
instead of her.
Mhm.
And I remember she got mad because she'd say, "Oh, you're always with your friends."
Mhm.
And I'm like, "No, because like we're always going
Yeah.
back and forth."
Yeah.
Like I remember like I asked my friends like I remember I used to ask her like, "Hey, like who you going with?
Yeah.
What you're wearing, and
Yeah.
like what time you think you'll be home,
Yeah.
right? And or like wait, or like what's the location?"
Yeah.
She'd say like, "Why do I need to give you proof of who I'm with?" I'm like, "That's not proof. It's just like a safety thing
Yeah,
versus I take it as safety.
Yeah.
She'd take it as
She's-
controlling."
Right.
And I'm like, we could never get that past that
Right.
barrier. So I was like, "Hey, like and then downhill,
Yep.
downhill."
Right.
So it never ever went.
Right. So you
uphill.
guys kept like missing the
Yeah.
train. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Rebecca, you got two clients here. Look at that.
No, I'm saying first session, eat it up.
No. So look, me too. So I was in a car accident in 2020, right after I finished PA school.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I had never gone to therapy before.
This man was great. He used to go to the club with the neck brace.
That's a lie. That's a lie. No, but so like it was the most inopportune time because like it was only I think about a month away from me taking my like boards,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So it was a really bad car accident,
Yeah.
and like my car was totaled. Someone passed away. It was like a whole terrible thing.
Yeah. Oh.
Terrible
sorry.
thing.
I'm
So
sorry. Wow.
yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But like I didn't know how to deal with it, right?
Yeah.
And I, of course, my like mom and dad were just like just got to be grateful you're alive.
Mhm.
And I mean, they were being helpful,
Yeah.
right? But I just couldn't get over the hump. Like I remember I failed my boards the first time, and I was like, oh man, like is something wrong with me? And
Yeah.
that just spiraled after that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I think one of my friends from school was like, I think you are going through a lot and
Mhm.
you should try to
Mhm.
go and speak to someone.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'll try it.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
Yeah.
And it has been the best thing that I've done in my life so
Yeah.
far, I think, right? Just
Good. Yeah.
to really process different thoughts
Mhm.
and I guess organize the way I feel.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you're not really sure about certain feelings, and I guess
Yeah.
it's a good way to process.
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. I mean, like, we have so many feelings and emotions, right? Like, we're not equipped to navigate it all on our own.
At all.
We're just not. Yeah.
At all. And then
Yeah.
we got people that, sometimes you try to like reach out to them for help, for advice, and then,
Yeah.
they'll look at you a certain way,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
why are you coming to me with this?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
like,
yeah.
why are you telling me this?
Mm.
This had nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
I don't want no parts of this.
Yeah.
So it's always like,
Yeah.
I was trying to find you in the club with the neck brace.
No, that was in my house. That was not the club with a neck brace.
Yeah.
No, so yeah, Rebecca. So I feel like a lot of men in our community, right?
Mhm.
They like to mask these symptoms and feelings with like numbing agents.
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Alcohol, smoking, taking out their anger on other people sometimes,
Mhm.
domestic violence.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of
et cetera.
domestic violence, I'm sorry. I feel like if we had a couple more you back in Guyana,
Yeah.
a lot of these men would not be chopping up their wives and.
Jesus.
No, I agree. No, I agree though. I agree. I mean, like, this is probably for another day, but there's like so many ideas in my head that I like want to like give back and just like but I don't even know where to begin. You know what I mean? Like creating foundations, doing all those things to help like our people, right? Because my mom tells me all the time, because they're frequent goers of Guyana, right? They go for cricket or they go for
Also,
whatever.
huge fan.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, my parents are huge fans.
I went last year to watch Trinidad win.
Yeah.
Brandon went, and he's not a fan of cricket.
Yeah.
What you mean?
That's how big it is.
How do you know
Who
that?
won? Who won?
Trinidad. I'm wearing the flag in my hat.
Name
Did they
one of
win
the
for real?
players.
No,
Yeah.
Guyana won, didn't they?
No, are you crazy?
Name one of the players.
Nikki P, Mr. Puran.
we gotta oh my god, my parents and Ryan's parents, they like go to cricket matches together. They went all the way to Ireland.
Are they going this
Yeah.
coming September? So Barbados? Is Barbados?
I think they are.
Ryan's
Yeah,
going.
aren't they?
Yeah, Ryan's
I
going.
think they are. Yeah, and
Ryan, you
like
should be the like cricket
Bodyguard?
announcer. Now up to bat.
man, this guy, I'm not even gonna start with him. He hasn't even been to Guyana yet. So
No?
like, no, yeah,
Wait, you never been?
yeah, no.
No, so like I remember
You gotta go.
my
You gotta go. Trust me, you gotta go. And make sure when you go, try the paperback fried rice.
that's a whole nother conversation.
That is.
Yeah.
Oh, and Berbice is where it's at. Berbice is where it's at. Trust me,
Yeah.
I'm Berbician, so
Yeah, there you go.
Yago Mantra.
My- All right, guys, back on track. What was I saying? Oh, yes. So I remember growing up, my mom used to tell me that, people in Guyana, as soon as they got into any sort of relationship issue, they just would reach for the gramazone.
Yeah.
And
Yo,
try to end it all.
Gramazone was the most selling thing
Yeah,
because,
yeah,
man, if you're not going to cut can and coming home to your wife being loyal, then guess what?
No, and we're not
You
trying
got
to
that Gramazone ready.
romanticize that in any way or form because that's horrible.
yeah.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
It was a lot of hanging, a lot of Gramazone drinking, and a lot of chopping.
yeah.
And
Well, that's what my mom is saying. She's like, it's just so bad.
it's bad.
there,
It's bad.
yeah,
And
it's
that's
just so
because I
bad,
feel
yeah.
like that's because nobody really have, that source to go to,
Exactly.
to, unleash all of that,
Exactly.
like, negative energy, like, and
Exactly.
release themselves.
Yeah.
Talk
But
about all
this
the
is
things.
also like a part of why I do this, right? Like I want people to see me and so like, oh, like this person looks like me, it's like going back to like working in publishing, working on children's books and like being interested in working with children's books, right? Like kids want to see themselves in those books, right? And it's like the same thing, right? People are only going to come to people that, they feel comfortable. They feel like, oh, this person looks like me. I can go talk to them about this, right? And so like that was also like one of the main purposes why I really wanted to get in this, because the representation that we have, I wouldn't say that it's none. I think we have a really
have none.
good handful. Let me know.
Literally, no.
I have contacts. So.
No. The reason, when I say we have none, I don't mean like we have like a zero.
Yeah.
I mean like we have none because there's so very few.
Yes,
So very few that we're very we overlooked.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, you want to go to a therapist. The best therapist you want to go to is like they're all
Yeah.
Caucasian and everything like
Yeah.
that. So it's like
Yeah. Sometimes you also have to like settle too, because you won't find someone who looks like us and then like you're like, oh, I'm just gonna settle for this.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you're settling for someone that you think is gonna understand you, but have no idea what it is that you're talking about, then are you really getting anywhere?
Are you really getting exactly?
Yeah,
I
you
agree
almost
with
have
that.
to explain the culture.
Yeah, absolutely.
Explain how things are. Like the therapist I go to is white, so like he didn't really understand like what I really
Patient.
meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
No, white is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say white. Yeah.
All right, Brian. See Brian. No, but yeah. So like sometimes they don't really understand the nuances of the culture and how your parents would react and the sort of cultural expectations.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Especially for girls too. I think for girls it's really hard.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it is very, very hard. Yeah.
When they're trying to tell you need to get married at this age and you should have kids by this age, and it's a lot of pressure for sure.
It is a lot, right? And I feel like then you're going to your friends, but they're also facing the same kind of pressure. So it's just like, where we not that we need answers, but it's just like, where can we like go where it doesn't feel like this like pressure is always there. And so it's just like making that room for yourself of like kind of like there is pressure, but right now that pressure can't touch me. Right? Like that's where that's the place you want to get to. And sometimes it takes a long time to get there, and that's okay, right? I have clients who come in and they want to get to answers right away. And like, but that's not the work, right? If it was that easy, like I would love it if it would be that easy too, right?
Yeah.
But it's just like not.
Well, sometimes there's no answer, right?
And sometimes there's no answer. Right. Sometimes there's no answer.
I gotta ask real quick, right?
Yeah.
So when you told your friends and your parents and your family members and everything that you were switching profession from
Yeah.
publisher to
Yeah.
mental health therapist,
Yeah.
what was their reaction like?
Yeah.
Friends, maybe.
Like friends, like because I
Friends?
know you told your friends like
Yeah. Friends were cool.
they were
Yeah.
cool with it.
Friends,
Like,
yeah, my friends are pretty woke. So yeah. My friends are pretty woke. So they were like
Pretty-
cool about it. Like it was awesome. It was definitely awesome. Family, on the other hand,
Like your
I
aunts.
don't think they had a bad reaction, but then they do, like, you kind of just like become like, I don't know how to say, like a running joke almost,
it's
right?
like, hey, what is Gallagher become therapist for?
Yeah, like kind of like, oh, like I've gone so many times, like, oh, you see crazy people? Or I'm like, well, I see people like you and I, so if we're crazy, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, or like a running joke of like, oh, that person over there, like, that uncle he could like really use your help, or that auntie could really use your help. And
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
man,
Oh,
if I
yo,
like, yeah,
because you're like, it's so funny because
yeah,
I'm pretty sure I don't know about everybody else, but me personally, I have a few of those in my family. I'll be like, yo, he needs
No,
some therapy over
absolutely.
there.
Absolutely.
Yo,
Brian, you look
they
like
need
you
ther-
should become a therapist.
Trust me.
Probably you could train under Rebecca.
yeah, you have good instincts.
I'll have to sleep on that. I'll have to sleep on
No,
that.
well, Rebecca, that's a quick question I had too. Like, I wish I could like put my grandma in therapy,
Yeah,
right? I know she won't go,
yeah,
right? But I wish that's a conversation we could have, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think grandma, you probably could use it,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you have an older parent or a
Mhm.
grandparent, right?
Mhm.
How do you think is a good way to approach the topic of like, mental health?
Well, I'm gonna share this too, right? This is gonna be pretty deep. I lost my grandma about 3 years ago, and thank you. Yeah,
Condolences.
it was really hard. Happened out of nowhere, and so my grandpa now, he is struggling. He's still struggling, right? Not that it's only been 3 years. I mean, like, the person you've been married to
was-
for decades, right? Just like is not there anymore. And so a lot of his grief has turned into like long-term grief, which also like has like turned into depression as well. So I tell him all the time, right? And he's very like, he's also old school, right? And he'll like go to the
Macho.
doctor, right?
Yeah.
Right. He's very like, I'm like, and
I was
he's
gonna say,
like,
make sure you tell them to keep active because
yeah.
once they let themselves
yeah.
down and they let that
Exactly.
depression sinks in,
He really, that really took a toll on him. Like, genuinely took a toll on him. And talking to him about it, like, even he would go to the doctor, and the doctor they have to give like wellness checkups and stuff. And he would get so offended, right? And he'd just be like, why are they asking me this? And I'm like, Grandpa,
You have
like,
to.
they
Yeah.
have to ask you these things, right? Like, you're saying these things that like you're not sleeping, you're not like doing this, you're not doing that, right? They're gonna have to ask you these things, right? And so I think I take on again a role of talking to him about it, which is also like, but it's so close to home, right? So it's like hard. It's gotten a little bit easier for him, where I feel like I'm able to kind of get through to him of like, hey, this is grieving, and you can't like get over grief stays with you like
Yeah.
forever, right? And no matter how small, no matter how big it becomes or it gets, right, it's gonna stay with you.
you
And
always
so
think about it at
yeah.
some point.
yeah. So
Yeah.
him, like, he had to really accept that, right? And it's still accepting that. And so when you're talking to, like, I think the older generation about mental health and therapy, I really do feel like so much of what we can live in is our defense. And that means meaning feeling uncomfortable, right? It's so much easier to push back and to shut down or be closed off from something, right? Because going to those deeper corners of your life and those spaces is really scary. It can be really scary to confront a lot of things, right? Whether it's in your childhood, whether it's like, I say trauma doesn't have to be this big grand thing. It could be something as small as somebody telling you something about yourself and you hold on to that forever,
Yeah.
right? And so I think I used to think it was like for older people too, right? I used to think like, oh my God, this is like ignorance. They're so ignorant, right? Like, why are they like they keep saying this, they keep doing this, right? They, whatever it is. And as I've gotten deeper into my own work, I've realized that like it is just so much easier to like misunderstand something because it takes so much effort to understand and to sit with like, being uncomfortable and discomfort. Like that's really difficult to do. And I think especially with the older generation,
Oh yeah.
growing up where it's like, why cry for? Why crying? Like why crying?
Sometimes,
Right?
sometimes they see you crying, they want to give you more licks.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'll give you something to cry about. You know
Yeah.
what I
Like,
mean?
there's
something
It's
to
that,
cry about.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
That's
No,
that's
I
really
know,
how
I
it
know.
is.
I experienced it too.
Mhm.
You always
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know, but my
Yeah.
grandfather, that man, I love the man to death. But
Yeah.
growing up,
Yeah.
it was like I was the favorite.
Yeah.
So
Same.
hands down, I was the favorite, and all my other cousins and my brother and everything was just like always like hating on me because
Mm.
I was always
Yeah.
getting the best. And after a point, like it started taking a toll on them because like
Yeah.
now I'm always getting the best at everything,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I was always getting the praise, and I was always the one that's like being pushed forward and everything, and then I was never the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
My other cousins, they're better than me at something
Mhm.
else, and they're not getting the recognition for it. And then
Mhm.
now they don't want to do it no more because now
Yeah.
they're getting talked down instead of being talked up
Right.
about it.
Right.
Who they go to do, to
Right.
vent about
Yeah.
it. They can't go to friends because now friends are gonna laugh about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
They can't go to other family members because family members are gonna be like, well,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
don't do it anymore,
Yeah. Don't do it anymore. Yeah. Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
then now you shatter your whole dream.
Yeah.
Like I remember as a kid, I used to run around like, oh, I want to be this, I want to be that, I
Yeah.
want to do this, I want to when I grow up,
Yeah.
And then you have like these older people around you, and they'll be like, well, who you think you is gonna do that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Discouraging you.
And then I feel like if I had somebody to talk to that really understand
Yeah.
what it was that I wanted to do and
Yeah.
like, how I wanted to do certain things, I think I would have been a better person than
Mhm.
I am,
Mhm.
honestly and
Yeah.
truthfully.
Yeah. I mean, I feel that like even with my brother, he's younger than me, and he um like growing up in school, right? Like I was that kid, like I got good grades, I like whatever, like I always did the thing and like, that like, and so him growing up, like my dad would be kind of hard on him. He'd be like, why can't you like, Rebecca did it. Why can't you do it like, or learn from her? And I've had to tell him like, you need to stop doing that. Like
can't compare the
even
kids,
now, like you
Yo,
can't
that
compare
comparing
us.
thing is
Yeah.
bad. Bro. That
Yeah.
comparing thing is bad because
Luckily, Brandon's the only child. So, Brandon, what's
Yeah.
your
Yo,
experience, Brandon?
must be lucky, right, Brandon?
Oh man,
Must be
no.
lucky.
You think it's nice? I mean, being an only child is nice. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But
So, Rebecca, can you explain to Brandon what is the only child syndrome?
oh jeez. But
I feel like he knows.
we'll touch back upon
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
But no, being an only child is great, but it's lonely.
Yeah.
So like I never really had anyone to like really talk to or like
Yeah.
go to. I mean, I had my cousin. Her name is Sherry.
Yeah.
I grew up with her, but there's certain things like she's a girl. Like I can't talk to her about certain things.
Yeah.
So like I just have to keep it locked in my head,
Yeah.
and then I tell my friends, but there's only so much that they could do.
Sure.
But being the only kid growing up, it was tough. It was kind of tough because again, like I didn't have no one to follow. I had no one to mimic.
Yeah.
Like for example, like you guys talking about like your brother, for example. Oh,
Yeah.
why can't he be like Rebecca?
Right.
I had to bop and weave through everything, just trying to figure it out
Right.
off rip because I didn't know how to like if I did this wrong, I wouldn't know how to do it correctly. And then my mom and dad,
Yeah.
they were all probably on the same boat as them.
Right.
So
right.
growing up, it was tough, but I learned.
It's rough, right? Because it's like you don't have that companion next to you, meaning like another sibling. Or,
It hits a little different because I was of age, like I was like
Right.
mid teenager,
Yeah.
late teenager,
Yeah.
and to see them like separate and then see
Yeah.
all the fights and everything,
Yeah.
it was very traumatizing for me,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I really had nobody
one
to go
to
to
talk about. Yeah.
because again, you go to somebody, you
Mhm.
tell them about what's
Mhm.
going on, and then now they got this whole other
Mhm.
persona about you,
Yeah.
this whole perspective about, oh, this person, he probably go through this in his life, then this is how he is,
Yeah.
you know, and it was very tough for me to reach out.
Yeah.
Very tough for me to reach out. So
Sure.
I had to like bottle it up,
Mhm. Mhm.
and I kept on bottling it up, and then it got to a point where I had like unleashed it, and then
Yeah.
it was bad.
Yeah.
Like depressed. I was so very depressed
Yeah.
because like I was dealing with emotions from
Yeah.
so much
Right.
different things.
Right. I'm sure like that mask was like the anger.
Very
Right,
much,
yeah,
very much
yeah.
so. And then I had school, and then the fact that I was not brought up over here, so I had a different like perspective on life and everything.
Yeah.
It was very tough because I had to like
Yeah.
how do you say it? Get accustomed to the lifestyle,
Adjust. Yeah.
adjust to the
Yeah.
lifestyle, and then also adjust to the fact that
Sure.
now I have
Yeah.
two
It's
different
like
sides.
culture shock. It's
Yeah,
literally culture shock.
very much
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Relation,
Yeah.
And a lot of parents nowadays, they would say depressed, anxiety. What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the go-to sauce.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So-
How many times I'd be like, damn, like they're really anxious. Like my dad is super anxious,
Yeah.
like all the time. And like they're like high functioning, like people who have like, high functioning anxiety, right? Like they're so anxious that they like have to do everything like all at once. And like, and that's how like my brother and I really grew up, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I didn't realize that it was like high functioning anxiety, right? Until I got married. And then they would like our parents, they like my parents and Ryan's parents, like love them. They love each other. We're very, very close. Like there's like even been like, rumors that like, oh, they like matched us. And it's like, no, like we actually match them.
Yeah.
But it's like, I've learned even through like having a partner and having their different family dynamic of like, wow, my parents, I used to always think like, and I do think this, that they're very like well put together and stuff, but like seeing his family too, I'm like, but they're also put together, but like this is different. But like my parents are like, make sure you do this, make sure you do that, right? Like it's so much anxiety that like I've even brought that, I'm not gonna lie, into my own like relationship where like make sure this is happening, and it gets really difficult, right? Like when you like have a partner or like you have a friend even who it's just like, I get what you're trying to do, but like this is like a lot. This is a lot. This is feeling like a lot. And you're kind of like, why? Like this is just how I grew up, right? But then you have to take time to look back at it and be like, oh, wait, maybe I do need to chill. And maybe that like doesn't have to get done like right away, or even like trusting that like eventually will get done, or like somebody else will do it, right? So it's like so much of that causes even like control issues, you know what I mean? But it is really like, what you're used to, what you're like, your baseline, right?
Mm-hmm.
So many people, I think, like operate from a baseline of like, comfort, where it's not like, oh, this feels good, comfort, but it's like they're just so comfortable. Sometimes anxiety could be like a baseline of comfort, right? And if they feel anything better than anxiety, right, then they're like freaking out, because it's just like, wait, I'm feeling good, like, I have to bring myself back here because this baseline makes me feel like I'm safe. I'm
like
safe
triggers
here.
them, right?
Right. So it's just like, and so many times I tell my clients this too. I'm like, wait, what just happened there, right? You said you felt good. You did something that felt good, and how did that feel? And they were like, it just was weird. I'm like, yeah, because it's different. Your baseline is anxiety, right? And so it's going to feel like anything above it is not okay, right?
Yeah.
And so that's like that. Even I'm going off on a tangent here.
No, please.
But like,
please, love it.
there's like emotional regulation, right? Like what I said, like so many people I think come for, and I'm saying this in a way of like, it's not their fault, right? It's our human experience to want to feel good and to fix things and make sure that like we feel good all the time, right? And so when dysregulation comes in, you want to fix that dysregulation. How do I stop that from happening? Like, I don't want to feel that at all. And it's just like, we can't, when we learn that we can't push away negative feelings, we have to allow them the same way we want to feel good all the time, right? And so emotional regulation is not, oh, I feel great now, like this feels fine, I'm cool, like everything is fine. It's actually, okay, I know this dysregulation is happening for me and I have to make space for it. I have to acknowledge it. I have to confront it. And then I need to work on that emotional regulation. Because like you said, some things don't have answers, right? Some things are just, I need to accept this, and like I need to figure out how to even accept it, and so I can move forward, because I can't change certain things. And I think that is a really hard pill to swallow,
yeah.
right? That like,
especially when you're someone who is like trying to find a result or an answer,
right? Yeah.
I guess one thing too that I sort of came to terms with is we play a lot of like sports games. We
Yeah.
play like 2K.
Yeah.
Oh God.
NBA. So
Richie's a cheetah.
when you're
a
playing
big
NBA
cheetah.
2K, right? Like the players have an awareness
You're a
rating,
cheeser too.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I think going to therapy has helped me
Cheesing.
boost that awareness
Yep.
rating.
Mhm.
Because I guess like I'm now more aware of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like through the many sort of sessions, I've learned that subconsciously myself and others do things to try to make their parents happy,
Yeah.
right? And that's a big thing that you end up doing, just is try to get their approval.
Absolutely.
Right?
I mean, like that, exactly what I mean. Like that baseline point is also
Especially in the
when
Caribbean.
when you look at it deeper, right? And like you go into it deeper, right? That's like operating from a place of survival, right? That's what you're really doing. You're just like surviving. So anything that doesn't feel like survival or feels better than survival, you're kind of like, wait, this is when people say like, it's too good to be true,
Yeah.
right? Because you need to go back to that baseline where it feels safe for you. Yeah. Yeah.
Just like that the other day. Not every day is gonna be like a bed of roses.
The bed of roses.
Yeah.
And a lot of people need to understand too. They gotta understand the yin and yang, but that there's a balance, between good and bad.
Yeah.
You gotta understand that you can't have a happy day, an amazing day every day.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's perfect in the world. There's always gonna be bad times. There's always gonna be some type of obstacles.
Yeah.
Like you said, as long as you can find solutions to those type of obstacles, and you have a very good, strong, supportive team behind you.
Yeah.
Someone that you can always reach out to.
Yeah.
Like for example, you have your patients. They feel confident in coming to you to express themselves when they cannot to somebody else.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's very it's very heart touching because now our people now have somewhere to go to vent.
Yeah.
And I wonder about, can I say something to this person and have them understand what it is that I'm actually really truly feeling?
Yeah.
And have them actually help me.
Yeah.
In the way that I need help.
It is. I'm telling. It's really life changing. Like I have seen. I call it like the light bulb. Like I have seen my clients, my patients, like come to me and then tell me something, and then tell me I've never told anybody this ever in my life, right? And the light bulb goes off for them, right? Because it's that release, right? They're looking for that release. So much of my work that I do also is like experiential, right? Meaning like it's the feeling that you're having, right? Cycles happen but they happen because that feeling is getting stuck in your body somewhere.
It's like a weight just weighing you down.
Right. When you feel it, like you feel in your chest, right? You feel in your stomach, people feel in their neck, right? And it's that, right? It's stuck there and it's looking for a way out. When people are crying and like, or they're talking and like they can't get it out because they get like choked up here.
Trust me, I know exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about. Because look, I go to a lot of like funerals and stuff like this, right? I'm sorry to get like.
No, go ahead, right?
But this also has to do with mental health as well too.
Yeah.
I go to a lot of funerals, a lot of wakes and stuff like that, a lot of viewings because I play drums and everything like that.
Yeah.
And I see these people like I see these people always like try to come to one another and try to talk about the person's life. And then you would see you have the group that would always talk about all the good things this person did.
Yeah.
And then a little bit down the line, you'll see there's this group that talk about all the negative things the person did.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn.
Yeah.
Are you really here to like talk about the things the person did, or just like, live the fact that, live the life that he lived?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because now,
are you here to be here?
Exactly. Because now, look, he's an example now. That person is an example laying there lifeless.
Yeah.
Take that as an example. At some point, we're all going to be there.
Yeah.
And a lot of people always take things too much to the head.
Yeah.
Stress-wise, depression-wise, angriness. They always take it a lot to the head.
Yeah.
Much more so than they need to be.
Right.
And then they lash out. They always do X, Y, and Z.
Right. Yeah. Because I think it's that I think honestly as humans we're just programmed to we're like want to problem solve our way out of stuff.
Troubleshoot everything.
And troubleshoot everything.
Yeah, but
and like
sometimes it's not good for you to just want to troubleshoot everything by yourself.
Exactly. And so when you get to that point and nothing is working, right? Nothing is working. Like I cannot troubleshoot it. I can't solve it. I can't problem solve, right? I always say this: when we over intellectualize our feelings, that for me means that it's getting stuck in here and we just do not know how to identify it. We don't know how to name it. We don't know how to label it. We don't know how to like confront it, right? You're like, it's kind of like I do this too, where like with my clients, where I'll like sit with them, and I'm like, you're like literally turning away from, and I will move my body, right? Something about the visuals that really like helps that human connection. You're turning away from yourself, right? If you're, you're thinking all these bad things about yourself, right? And like your only value, or you're feeling only self-worth when you come from a place of, oh, I'm feeling great, I'm feeling good, right? And then that moment you feel down again, right? And you kind of just turn away from that person. How much of yourself, like you're just hurting yourself, right? And so much of the work I do too is inner child work. So imagine, right, your inner child, that little you, and they're like, hurting, or they're having a hard time. You're literally turning away from that person again, the same way other people have, done that to you, or maybe have taught you to do that. So it becomes really hard to sometimes even accept that, like, wow, I am struggling, right? And I think so much of the work in like mental health and like therapy is being okay, for lack of a better term, like being okay with like, sometimes I'm gonna struggle, right? I'm going to struggle, but that doesn't mean that my self-worth and my self-value is nothing, right? Like I like learning. So much of my work is also from like learning self-compassion, right? Like, oh my God, like that little you, like you just like, you're so hard on them. Like you're being so hard on them right now. Like if you could have them sit next to you, like what would you say to them? Like what do you think they would want you to say? And so I'm also now going off in another tangent.
Please.
But like it's exactly that, right?
Yeah.
When we try to troubleshoot, problem solve, it's because we're afraid, or like we're gonna fail. We're failing. I can't fail, right? But like, man, so what if you fail? So what?
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Right?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the coolest things that, like, when I was going through what I was going through, my therapist told me to like list all the things or the accomplishments that I have, made or done at that time.
Yeah.
And I guess like I couldn't really answer. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think I've done anything great.
They told me that fail stands for first attempt in learning. That was
That's
the
right.
first thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. I just learned something brand new just now.
Look at that, Brandon.
Well done, teacher.
You'll be guidance counselor for the school, right?
Hell no.
No, but yeah. So like, I guess like when you're feeling down and you sort of go through and it's like a list of affirmations almost too, right?
Yeah.
To really understand, like, wow, I did that. I can do this. And if I fail this, you can just keep going.
Oh yeah, it's so much of that, like I think resilience too. And I use that word very lightly because I think people think resilience means I like am bulletproof and like, I did the thing and like I came out of it and I'm great. But resilience to me really means that I let that hard thing happen and I still, came out of it in a way like didn't like it still softened me, right? Like that to me is resilience. That to me is like you don't need to come out of something feeling like, okay, nothing can ever hurt me ever again, right? Like that to me is not resilience. It's acknowledging like I got hurt once, it can happen again to me, and I'll be able to deal with it when it does happen. Right, right,
yes.
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big Rich, I got a question. I'm gonna ask you first, because before I ask them, has there ever been a point where you've been like to yourself, I don't need therapy, I just need the gym or some rum? The rum part for you, Brandy.
No. So I guess like definitely not the rum part. I guess I thought maybe at one time like I could just go to the gym and maybe work it off and things will be okay. But then I guess like when things get more complicated and complex, that could work when you're a teenager, I guess, right? But when you're going through life and things become more convoluted and unclear, I think therapy can definitely work. And also, like, I mean, my grandfather struggled with mental health tremendously, right? So I kind of think like, if he was able to, he took his own life, right? So I think back and I'm like, if he was able to speak to someone, right? If this wasn't so stigmatized in our community, right? Like, if you talk to someone, you're crazy, right?
Yeah.
Would he still be here with us?
No, honestly,
right?
you're right. Because look, mental health plays such a big part in your life that if not treated correctly at that, it could end up losing your life or someone around you lose their
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
You know, and that's very tough.
Yeah.
That is very tough because it's very like demanding. You
Yeah.
know, having people there to like actually understand you.
Yeah.
It's very demanding. Actually, being able to let people know what it is that you are feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very demanding because like, can you actually just get up and go and be like, yo, I'm going through this or
Yeah.
this happened to me today?
Yeah.
You can't just do that. You
No.
actually have to build up that courage enough,
Right.
you know, to actually want to go tell somebody.
Yeah.
Because then,
Yeah.
you know, you're also thinking about what is this person that I'm going to tell this to?
Yeah.
What are they going to say to me?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How are they going to react?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I
was a
like
kid, man.
that the highest form of care I think is like I like this is what I want a lot of people to understand that if you take care of your mental health, right, it will bring you closer to people that you love and
Mhm.
people who love you,
I
right?
agree with that. Yeah. I
Right?
agree.
Like if you take care of that part of yourself, right, you will open so many doors with another person that you didn't think you would ever go through, right? And that's like that human connection, right? I will say you should still work out, go to the gym and play
Oh, no.
basketball.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah. I go all the time.
Because
I'll-
yeah.
What I
Sorry.
will say though, right?
No.
No.
No, he's saying
Listen,
if he should
listen.
still drink rum.
Oh.
Yeah,
Hold on,
his
hold on.
problems.
What
No,
I
no,
would
no.
say, what
That's
I
why
would
I have
say,
to
right?
say, I have to tell you no to that.
What I would say is that if you are struggling with mental health and you know you're going through depression and you're feeling down, don't reach for the bottle of alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Don't reach, for like drugs. Don't do all of that stuff because that's making you worse.
Well, alcohol is a
it's just-
depressant.
It's
Yeah,
making it's
Yeah.
making you
Things
worse.
worse.
And I feel the best thing to do when you're in those type of predicament
Yeah.
is actually going to somebody that you could actually put your full trust in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
open up to them.
Yeah.
Open up to them and
Or do something to like release yourself. Like
Yeah, I go for like long drives.
Yeah,
That's what I
like go
do.
for a long drive, go for a long
Take a
walk,
walk.
like scream into the air. Like, your body is
I can't do
telling
that where I
you.
live.
You should try, Brian.
If I scream, the
listen,
feds might come at my
you
door.
scream, brother. You scream where you living at. You gonna have the police department right off
So
the
I'm gonna
block.
smack a
Minutes.
red dot on my heart.
One time I screamed in the air, and there was like, what happened to you? Are you
One
okay?
slipper went behind us.
Just make sure no one's there,
No,
guys.
You have to go to like an open field or park.
Yes, you have to scream.
Rich,
Scream into your pillow.
Well, Rebecca, so I feel like I know a few people
Mhm.
who are, very charismatic, very funny,
Yeah.
very outgoing,
Yeah.
right? And I feel like sometimes they're the ones struggling the most,
they mask it.
right?
Oh,
Those are the ones
why
that
do you
know how
think
to
that
mask
is?
it the best.
yeah.
Right? Like someone like Robin Williams,
Literally
right?
Robin Williams. Look at
Right?
that.
Such a funny
yeah,
guy,
everyone knew
jovial
him
person.
to be, amazing and funny and just jolly all the time. And then look what, he unfortunately ended up, taking his own life, right? But I think that is I don't know if I really have like a straight answer for that, right? I think like so much of it is so complex, right? That you have moments of like, yes, you have heightened moments where like you feel good and you feel great and life is good, right? But sometimes the complexity of it is that sometimes like it's not fully complete for some people, right? And that's where, I wish that like how can we stop those things from happening, right? And it's like I wish I had answers for it, right? And it's like just holding experiences like that and holding that for people like you can't believe it. Like what? Like that person was just so like happy all the time and they're so like, right? Sometimes they're masking it, right? Sometimes they feel the only way to survive is to mask it. Right? Some people they do it, they leave their families, right? They leave their loved ones, right? It gets too much. Like the noise just gets too much. And that's like sometimes maybe the only way they feel that they can like shut it off, right? And so much of that I feel is again why my work is so relational is I'm always reminding my clients like I'm here with you in this. Like you are not alone.
I
Yeah.
have a question.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, I have a question.
Hold on, the hands went up real quick.
I don't know how to cut her off.
Yeah.
But what's like the hardest thing that someone has came to you with, and like what kind of response did you give them?
Yeah.
Like what did you do in that scenario? But what was the hardest scenario that came to you?
I've had a few. I have had a few.
Is it as like
Yeah.
personal you feel on the phone as compared to I mean, of course, in
I
person is
mean,
a
I
little bit
love
better.
in person. Like
Yeah.
you get to sit. Like I sit with them. Like
No,
Yeah.
so the
Get the actual,
emotions that you get from someone sitting right across
Yeah,
from
you
you,
can't compare,
it's
right?
different than having to talk to them on the phone. Because then,
Yeah.
yeah.
honestly, you don't know how that person is, taking what
Yeah, I
it
don't
is
know
that
what's
you're
gonna
saying to them.
happen once that
That phone call ends. Yeah.
that session finishes. That virtual
Yeah.
session
that happens
finishes.
to me like a lot. Like people tell me like, hey, like how I text is completely different from how I am
Yeah,
in
it's
person.
true. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a terrible texter. This
Yeah.
guy.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you, Richie.
Yeah.
Terrible
but
texting and terrible on the phone.
but I think I mean recently, like I did have one of my clients feel like they had suicidal ideation, right? And it was, you have to take it very slow, very easy with them, right? And I felt like, and it's also like, I think for me, like, I just went with my instinct, really, right? I was just like, I need to make her feel like a human connection, right? This is what she needs right now, right? Right now, what she needs is for someone to let her know that she's not alone and that I'm here with her. So I did exactly that, right? And I said, I know this is scary, right? I'm gonna validate that it is scary, right? And it's gonna feel like so many things happening at once, right? But I'm here with you, right? And like you don't I have like, she was like apologizing to me and all that. I'm like, you don't need to apologize, right? Like I want to be here with you, right? It's not that I need to, like, yes, I do need to be here, but I also want to be here with you. I like being here with you, right? And so having to tell her that, right? Like even asking her, like, when she was leaving, I was like, can I get a hug, right? And I think
Basically
so,
reassuring her,
yeah. And I think
that
so
you're
much of
there.
what we also learn in like school and like when we're getting our masters and stuff is just like you have to be a certain way, you have to be like stone faced or like poker faced rather, and like you have to like just like and there are therapists like that, and that works for them, right? Like no judgment in that, but like my work. My husband will tell you I can't. I wear my face on my face, and it's just so.
No,
Sometimes it's
emotions plays a big
Yeah.
part.
really bad.
Yeah,
It's just
emotions
really
do
bad.
play a
Now,
big part.
Rebecca,
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
like
My mom will be
contrary.
like, fix your face, fix your face.
I gotta ask you quick.
Yeah.
So being that you're Indo-Caribbean
Yeah.
therapist now, right?
Yeah.
What's your clientele base like? Is it more like
Yeah.
derivative to Indo-Caribbean, or is it like diverse?
It is diverse
It is?
at the moment, right? But I really wish, I will say this, right? I really wish I had more Indo-Caribbeans come to me.
Well, you got two right here.
I'm about to switch therapists too. No, but I feel like that's the goal here, right?
Yeah,
Like we
yeah.
really want more people to say
Yeah.
like, okay, this is someone I can
I
talk
think
to.
once people understand and know that
Yeah.
there is someone out there now that can understand them and
Yeah.
on every level.
Yeah.
Now, just not being barriers being the fact like the language barrier or like the situation
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
they lived.
Yeah.
Now that they know that there's someone there that can understand what it is that they've been
Yeah.
through and how they lived it, and
Yeah.
different
Absolutely.
experiences.
I mean, I will say I've had a few,
Mm.
Indo-Caribbean clients, and they've done beautiful work. I've seen it, right? They've done beautiful work. They've come out of so many things. They've like felt like, they've planned like, so much ahead like for them, right? They like feel like they have a future, like all you name it, they've worked through it, right?
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's a testament to like, hey, like this is not just like an Indo-Caribbean thing. Like I think this is like if that person can do it, you can also do it, right? We're not like below any standard, right? Like our mental health, the way we take care of ourselves is not below any standard, right? Just as the next person does, you're as important. And I will often ask clients that too. I'll be like, I just have a silly question for you, but like, do you think you're important? And that sometimes will send like a shock wave, right?
I
Yeah.
feel like
Oh,
that sense
The
of
deep questions
reassuring them,
sometimes, yeah.
reassuring them that they matter and that their input
Yeah.
actually counts.
Yeah.
It gives them extra boost of energy. Like,
Yeah.
hey, all right, I don't need to be this sad anymore. I
Yeah.
just came out of here. I just let out everything that was holding me down, all the
Yeah.
weights off my
Yeah.
shoulder. I just let
But
it
even
off.
that, but also like normalizing, like it's okay if you do feel sad. You want to you have to process it, right? You're carrying it around with you, right? It's if you're carrying around something for a real long time, I'll tell you this now, it's because you haven't processed it. And it's like, again, going back to that stuck, but you just have not processed it, and you're going to feel it every single time. It's just going to be there like that weight because the processing hasn't been done, right? And so you got to give yourself that space
Yeah.
to feel crappy, to process it, to sit with it, right? Before you even start confronting it and now healing it, right? Like however long that may look, right? As if you're coming to therapy, at least you know you have someone there with you. Like you're not doing it on your own,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Rebecca, if there are some folks who are thinking about therapy but on the fence about
Sure.
it, unsure,
Sure.
are there any like exercises they can do with themselves to
Yeah.
maybe work on it first at home to see
Yeah.
if it would be a good
Yeah.
like fit maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I feel like it is really about
Meditation is
I mean, I don't meditate. Like that just it doesn't work for me.
doesn't
Yeah,
no,
meditation.
It works
It's
for
not,
some
it's not everybody
people.
thing.
Yeah, it works for some people. It doesn't really work for me, and like that's okay. But like I feel like paying attention to what doesn't feel good, right? Before you get to the why it doesn't feel good, like what is making you not feel like yourself? Not even good. What's not making you feel like yourself, right?
Yeah.
And then if the question is, well, who am I, right? Then that's even deeper things to like, you got to be really inquisitive about yourself. And that's what I think people, that's a good way to like start, right? Even if you're not ready to talk to someone, right? Like, be inquisitive with yourself, be curious with yourself, right? Like, well, why am I feeling this way, right? Like, well, this thing did just happen, right? And like having those feelings come up, right? Instead of like shoving it back down, like, oh, I am shoving this feeling down, right? But so much of it, again, is like that connection with yourself, right? Sometimes people can feel so disconnected from themselves, right? And so, I don't know, man. I just think like everybody should just be in therapy. Like, yeah.
Have you ever
I
like
agree.
had any couples come to you talking about like their
Yeah.
relationship and
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
try to get you to help them fix it? Like,
Yeah, I will say this, and I'm gonna preface this, right? Like, my job is not to give advice, right? That's not my job, and I apologize. I even apologize to my clients. I'm like, I know you want me to give you an answer, and I promise you, we'll find a solution. But like, I cannot give you like a play-by-play, or I can't give you an answer. And sometimes that's so, and I get
like
it.
disappointing.
It's
for them,
so
right?
disappointing. It's so disappointing. I'm like, I get it. I know. I'm also disappointed that I can't like do that for you, right? But it's that like. I serve as a container for that person or for that couple or for that family, right? Or like I serve as like that mirror, right? Like, and I'll often do this thing where I'm like, I'll say what they just said and I'll say back to them, right? I'm like, okay, you just said this. Did I hear that correctly? Right? And it's like a playback, right? So then it gives them more to like, wait, I just said, you know what I mean? Like I just said that, or like, yeah, I did just say that, right? And so I have to often say that, like and I do have a lot of like couples who come to me and they're like, oh, you grew up in a Muslim Hindu household, like, and I get it. It is like such a beacon for like people who are struggling with that in their relationships, right? Of like, I'm going to go to this therapist and they're going to fix it for me and they're going to tell me what to do with that, right? And I always have to say like, hey, that unfortunately was my experience is that I'm a product of a relationship, of a marriage who like, my mom is Muslim, my dad is Hindu, right? I was a product of that household, right? So it really came from what they built, right? So unfortunately, I can't tell you a play by play and like what they did or what I did, but what I can say, right? You got to have that like trust with each other, right? If you don't have that trust with each other, right?
You're talking about like interfaith couples.
Interfaith couples.
Wow.
Yeah, interfaith couples. You gotta have that trust with each other, and you have to trust that like I say this too. It's just like you're climbing this mountain and you're holding each other's hand. You cannot let go of that person's hand. Even if you feel like you can for a second, you can't, right? Because you're climbing a mountain that however each couple is different, each family is different, but however severe or how high that mountain is, right? You're climbing it together, right? But like I can't give answers. I can only share so much and also disclose so much where I'm like touching of like, like, okay, I can't go that deep into my own experiences, right? Because then you get into like territory of like, disclosing too much and yada, 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 but like, yeah.
I gotta ask you real quick,
Yeah.
right? I'm gonna just step over real quick.
Yeah.
For this.
I'm just gonna say I got dibs next, Brian.
Go ahead, you got this next.
So you-
But
Oh, we have only a few minutes left. So let's go.
I gotta ask this. This one is very important.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you this one.
Yeah.
Right. So you're Indo-Caribbean and
Yeah.
you have clientele that come to you.
Yeah.
Right. Do you take lunch to work?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Do
All
I
right.
take lunch to work?
Yes. Or do you buy? Or do you
Hey,
buy
can you give us some examples of this lunch?
Yeah. What is this
Wait,
lunch
wait.
that you take?
I'm sorry, guys. I don't take lunch to work.
You
don't?
dollar rice, no?
No, I mean, like I work from home most of the time.
All right, so like when you go into the office.
No,
So, like, yeah,
that
when
one
you-
Wednesday,
yeah,
like you
yeah.
know, we were
Yeah,
like,
it's like once, like I go
like
once.
Hassa.
Like no, I don't. I will say this too. I'm sorry, guys, but I don't cook, and I don't know how to cook.
Wait, does bodyguard cook?
Does Ryan cook? Ryan, what do you cook, man?
Yo, you listen. I'm gonna tell you something. Listen, shout out to Ryan, right? But I'm gonna tell you
Come
something.
on, come on.
Come on,
Oh my
Ryan.
god.
Come on,
Yeah,
Ryan.
come back,
Come
come
on,
back.
Ryan.
All right, Ryan. So what?
I'm
what
gonna
do
tell you real
cook,
quick.
man?
I'm gonna tell you
So-
real quick.
Go ahead.
Right? Any man that could cook,
Does it round before?
ladies,
He's a keeper. He's a
just
keeper.
know that man is a keeper.
Rebecca knew what she was doing.
Oh yeah.
With the
Yeah.
voice and the
Yeah.
cooking.
Work smarter, ladies. not
anything
harder.
and everything. So we
Yeah.
have a nice deal. It's set up as like she will wash up, clean up all the dishes, and I'll cook and I'll make all the mess. But then like the food's great. So I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's the best of both worlds.
But
So
I
that's
like to
ideal.
clean though.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
likes
love
she
to
likes
clean.
cleaning, and
Yeah.
I love cooking, and I love doing like
Yeah.
the outside yard work and stuff like
Nice,
that.
nice.
So that's
Do you cook dollar rice?
I'm working on it.
Ryan, so what is your like go-to dish, man?
Ooh. I love to make. I shouldn't say this as a Hindu, but I love to make steak.
Oh man, like skirt,
Man,
ribeyes.
Ribeye. Oh, skirt steak is my favorite. Can't go.
chimichurri on it.
So chimichurri is actually my specialty. So
Oh
I
my,
do
I'm
like
going to this
chimichurri is
man's
great.
house.
yeah, so I do like an authentic Argentinian chimichurri.
Or
Like
Stu Leonard's or something.
yeah, it's very very good. I like doing lamb, chicken. I could roast it for like a couple hours, and then it's,
Bro, you
Very.
talking about steak.
Mhm.
Listen,
now everybody's hungry.
Carne asada?
Ooh,
I could devour some like A5 wagyu.
ooh, yeah. Now we're
But
talking.
here's the thing, I'm allergic.
Allergic
He's
to
allergic
beef.
to
Shut
beef.
up.
No
Oh
way.
my god.
He's a
no.
beef allergy.
Oh,
I've never
that's
heard of it before.
crazy.
Oh my god.
Our cat has a beef
Our
allergy.
cat our cat.
she's got a protein allergy.
She's supposed to eat
Yeah.
meat. She has
She's-
a protein allergy.
fake
I'm like,
cat.
what?
That's
What's the
Yeah.
word? She eat protein.
She
She's a
eats like,
vegetarian.
yeah.
That's
She
a-
eats like
that's
she
a
has
Hindu
to eat
cat
like a
if I ever
certain
seen
type of
one.
That's a
protein.
Hindu cat, yeah.
She has we give her
Wow.
like rabbit because that's the only protein she can really digest. but
Pandit
she
Arun
gets
came over.
allergic.
And Pandit Arun came over and was like, "That's a Hindu cat."
That's a cat. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think what I think is that Pandit Arun touched that cat's soul just like Pandit Arun.
No. So guys, Pandit Arun touched Brandon's life.
Oh.
Now he wants to go to Mandir. I've been telling Brandon, let's go to
Everyone wants to
Mandir
go
for
to
years.
temple.
Yeah.
Listen, when you guys go, I will definitely go. I love hearing that man speak.
Next Sunday, man. You
Yeah.
down?
I'm down.
I will say this. I don't eat beef.
Yeah, Rebecca doesn't eat beef. Yeah.
I don't eat beef. I don't eat pork. I don't eat lamb. I don't eat goat. Yeah.
So I
I can't eat anything
what
with
it
a
tastes like?
face. That's like my
Okay.
problem.
Oh, really?
I'm a huge
Like
animal
beef in
lover.
general?
I love animals too.
Huge
It's-
animal
it's
lover.
very-
Yeah.
But I'm like
Very gamey, a little
Like if it was
fatty.
to
Yeah.
like compare it to like something like a different meat, like
lamb.
Like lamb.
Yeah.
It's very similar to lamb. Lamb has a different consistency. Lamb is a little more gamey, right? It's got a little bit of a bite to it, a little bit of a chew. Beef, depending on the cut, could be a little tougher, a little bit more juicy, a little
You
bit
had
fattier.
snake?
No.
Oh God.
But
Wait,
I,
guys, wait.
I had snake in Trinidad.
but see,
Of course you did.
Wait, last question before we go.
I thought I had the
Rebecca
last
has.
question.
Oh, you want to do Final Four?
No.
Actually, we'll do Final Four with Ryan today.
All right.
Perfect world, Rebecca.
Yeah.
Right? For our community,
Mhm.
how do we get more in tune with our
Mhm.
mental health, and especially our parents who don't really give a hoot about
Yeah.
that stuff?
I think it's what I talked about in the beginning, right? It's that, hey, I have all these feelings. I have all these things that I'm going through. I have all these struggles. Or sometimes you don't even need to be struggling to even go to mental health, right? Like mental health therapy. Like you don't need to have like something that you're struggling through, right? It's just you go to a doctor for a checkup, for a physical checkup. You go to a therapist, right, for a mental checkup, right? And I even have clients like that too. They'll just come for like checkups, and I'm like, okay, cool, see you in 2 weeks. You know what I
I
mean?
know someone like that.
Yeah. It just
every-
becomes like a part
it's a
way of
routine-
life.
Routine
Yeah.
thing for this person. They
Yeah.
go to therapy
Yeah.
every week.
Yeah.
Once a week.
Yeah.
To talk about what? No clue.
Yeah,
Just chat.
a chat.
But that's that's what people go for.
All right, guys, really quick. We only have a couple minutes left.
Final
We're going to do a final four. Ryan, the final four is one quick question from all of us.
Okay.
So since you're here, you're going to ask your wife a question
Oh,
too.
man.
All right,
Remember, you
Brennan,
gotta go home with me, right? So
Brennan, you'll go first. What's your
I
question?
actually got 2 questions because you
All right.
cut me off.
My bad, my bad.
You said that growing up, you was a publisher.
Yeah.
So one question was, what was your favorite childhood book growing up?
oh,
Mine was Curious George.
yeah.
Oh, great.
Mine was. Do you guys know that one? Goodnight Moon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love that book. My mom used to read me that book every single night.
What is it
Cool
about?
illustrations. Yeah, I remember that
Yeah,
book.
Goodnight
Give us
Moon.
a quick blurb.
It's like just you know, they're saying the animals are saying goodnight, like the, you know, like throughout the house people are saying goodnight. It's just such a gentle, soft book, and honestly I think it's my favorite because my mom used to every night, like she used to read to me every single night, so that's probably why it's my favorite.
All right, and my final 4 question. So I know you hear words like trauma,
Yeah.
toxic, boundaries,
Yeah.
crossing the line, right? Are those like excuses of like taking like, I don't know how, like, are those like excuses to avoid like accountability, like to like take action?
Sometimes, yeah, it could be. Therapy talk is like a thing, right? Like sometimes, like I can hear it from like couples, clients, right? They throw in the therapy talk, but I'm like, oh, yeah, but like, do we know what that means though, right? Like you can't just like throw in words there and like, well, my therapist said this, and so I'm gonna say that, right? Like there has to be. I think a good therapist will help their client with accountability and responsibility. Yeah, accountability and responsibility, right? Not everything happens to you, just as not everything happens because of you, right? And so, like I said, there's a balance in that, right? Like if you're screwing up in something, or you screwed up in a relationship, or you actually did something in that relationship, you take accountability for that. That's okay, because you're a freaking human. You're a human and you're gonna mess up sometimes, right? And so if you are turning away from it and you're like, oh well, this person was toxic and that person was toxic, right? Like what are you doing to reflect inward, right? And if you're not able to reflect inward, then you're gonna repeat those things in the next relationship. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that answer your question?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, Brandon, did I answer your question, man?
Yeah, let's go with Brian. I'll leave Ryan for last.
Yeah. Yeah. Ryan first.
I guess my last question would probably have to be like, why do people in our community, right, always jokes about things that we need to take serious?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And be serious to think about things that we joke about, that we could be joking about.
I think they're uncomfortable. I'll be honest. I think they're uncomfortable. People are very uncomfortable with vulnerability, right? You get vulnerable and it gets awkward. Like, okay, this is awkward now. Like, why did they just say that? Or what just happened here, right? And so, and then people become apologetic for it, right? But I think it's discomfort, right? People will be like, oh, I bet you're psychoanalyzing me right now. I'm like, I'm not. But then when you say certain things, then I am, right? Because then I'm like, oh, what just happened there? Like something made you uncomfortable. Something triggered, I'll use that word lightly. Something happened there where it struck a nerve, or it struck something in you that you feel uncomfortable with. And now, yeah, to answer your question, that's what it is. I think it's discomfort. I will say, however, that I'm not trying to like dump on our community and like people feeling uncomfortable. I think that feeling uncomfortable, and it's very difficult. I mean, I'm a therapist and I have times where it's very difficult for me to sit in discomfort, right? Like, you know, like it's just like, oh, I really don't want to go there, or I really don't want to do that thing, right? And it's like, I'm a human too. And sometimes I'll remind my client that like I am also a human. Yeah.
So I got a part 2 because you just mentioned something and I really had to
Probably we don't have too much time.
Real quick. So you being a therapist, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel at times like, you know, being the fact that you got your clients coming to you, telling you certain things about their life, do you feel at times that you actually need to go to a therapist to let out certain things as well?
All right. We can make time for that.
Being a therapist.
No, so
Therapists need therapists.
I saw
I'm
it
gonna tell
on
that right now. Yes.
Sopranos. I remember
Yeah.
the Sopranos. The therapist had a therapist.
Yeah, therapists need therapists.
The mailman has a mailman.
Yeah, the mailman has a mailman. It's a chain. Yes, therapists I have a therapist. Yes, yeah. And I also not only I have a therapist, but also like I have like supervision from people in the practice too, right? Like we go to each other, we got group supervision, we talk about cases, we get like advice, we get like clinical input and stuff like that, right? But yeah, I have a therapist. I think therapists definitely need therapists. Like, you hold so much for your clients, right? That I often have people ask me, like, do you take that home with you? Absolutely. Sometimes, yes, I do, because sometimes I can just leave it there at the door. I also have to process what just happened, right? And what they just said and what that experience felt like, right? If I'm trying to be like, have that relational, like, it's, how can it not affect me, right? And so, yes, I do have my own therapist. Yeah.
Last question for Ryan.
All right.
Ryan's double mic'd up here. Look at that.
The pressure's on you. It better be a good question.
So I've got
Yeah.
one funny question, one really good question. So let's start with the really good question. What is your goal as a mental health therapist in the West Indian community, especially the Indo-Caribbean community? You know, we have the highest suicide rates in the world. We have, especially in Guyana, where I think we're top 2 out of the entirety of the world per I think it's 100,000 per capita.
Yeah,
whatever it is.
that's right.
I honestly think we're running up for the first place right now.
I believe so. Yeah. So what is your goal, and how can we mitigate some of those? Like,
I really want to help kids. I really want to help kids. Like, I just want,
Do you
like,
see kids?
I don't right now. It's not like I'm not like open to it, right? I haven't had a kid on my caseload in a really, really long time, but like, I feel like what you named, Brian, right? Like, resources. I want to figure out how to put more resources in whether it's like a nonprofit, whether it's setting something up there, you know what I mean? Like, and like, I don't know, like, you know, having it function from over here. Like, I don't know what the works is in it, but like, I really want to give back in that way and like create resources for them. And I also know how difficult that will be and how much pushback that will have, right? And so like the dynamic, like you said, over there is way different than it is here. But I think it starts in the home, right? It starts in the home. I want them to feel like they see someone like me, they can relate to someone like me, young kids, right? Young women, young men, right? Especially, I have a lot of male clients, right? And so actually my favorite like population, my favorite type of client is a male client, right? Because I think there's so much there to unpack. And I feel like men's mental health gets like easily overlooked. And so like, I'm a huge, like, you know, like a huge stand for that. But yeah. Does that answer your question?
that answers my question. Also,
husband.
funny question now.
Yeah.
Do you therapize me at home?
You therapize, man. I like that.
And there goes
I like
that
that
ride home.
You will never know.
Well, I'm going to start a podcast and saying life. It's going to be called Life with a Therapist.
Well, guys, before we close,
No, but you will. Sorry to cut you, but you will also tell me you can't act like that. You're a therapist. I'm like, I'm not your therapist. I'm not working right now. Right now, I'm not working. Yeah.
She's off the clock. She can say what she wants.
off the clock. You guys are really entertaining. One last thing before we go. Rebecca has a word for Brandon.
For me? I told you, Brandy.
What did I do?
I'm so sorry, but they said they put me up to it.
I knew it.
They put me up to it. You took the word earlier.
Melancholy?
Yeah, but did you try to figure that one? If you try to figure that one out already,
No,
we can't do that
I
one.
had him spelled melancholy before.
Oh,
Alright, so
Okay.
melancholy.
that's not
Oh,
my
he
word.
knows it now.
I know it now. Okay, my word is narcissism.
Ooh.
Ooh.
No. You guys.
I smell narcissism. All right, so
Hold up. Sound it out.
can you use it in a sentence, please?
Go ahead.
Oh my god.
He suffered from his narcissism.
Are we out of time?
He suffered from he suffered from his dad's narcissism.
Oh, all right.
So just like in like How to Be a Millionaire, like can I call a friend?
Can you call, aren't your friends here?
There's some of them.
Can you call a friend?
All
What are
right.
your rules?
Sure.
Narcissism.
Sound it out. You got this.
N
All right.
A
Yeah.
R.
Yeah.
And I think that's it for today's podcast. Everyone tune in next week for the next episode.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it, guys. It was a really fun episode, and I hope everyone can learn something. I really appreciate your time, guys. Thanks.
Oh my god, this is so much fun, guys. Oh my god, please have me back. Yeah.